Hello, Pleasant Valley Middle Schoolers. Mr. Ramos again, talking about the concept of bouncing when we run. When we run, in order not to get tired, we want to learn to fall and bounce instead of pushing and jumping. And when we do this, as we talked in class, the reason we do this is because our muscles are kind of like silly putty or this foam ball. If you take silly putty and you squish it slowly, it'll deform, or you can stretch it, it'll stretch. Our muscles are like that, just like this ball. If I squish it, I have to put quite a bit of strength into it, slowly, it'll stay kind of deformed for a bit. But if I throw it against the ground, just like silly putty, it will bounce. Muscles are like that. If I want to touch my toes, I need to stretch the muscles slowly. If I want to jump high, I need to stretch them quick and then bounce. So when we're running, we're thinking about that quick little stretch, okay? Now, one way of learning how to do that quick little movement is by running to a beat or to a cadence. And for some reason that's too long to explain right now, apparently 180 beats per minute is close to optimal cadence for most human beings, which we happen to be human beings. So that's why I asked you guys to find a metronome. I have normally a metronome app on my phone, which I showed you in class, but there's one on Google. You just Google metronome, and Google has a metronome. You set it at 180, and you start it, obviously. See? I hope my phone's catching that beat. So we're going to do a few skills to that beat, okay? First one is we're going to learn to bounce, relax. Nice and relaxed. And try to hit that beat. You're not jumping. You're literally trying to bounce. Pushing as little off the ground as possible. Being as relaxed as possible. The whole idea is that we could do this for a while and not get tired. I'm talking to you, and if you can talk, you're probably doing it at the right cadence. You're probably not spending a lot of energy, right? Because if we were spending a lot of energy, we couldn't talk. But what I really want you practicing is nose breathing, like we did the first week, right? In and out the nose. This is Sophia, my partner in crime. Now, today, well, that's the first one. Second skill is we're gonna bounce from foot to foot like we're running in place. Now is when we really start practicing falling, right? We lift the foot and we fall on the other one. It should be even easier than bouncing on 2 feet. And again, focus on that beat. Da, 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 da. Focus on the beat as you do it. And again, the reason I can keep talking to you, even though I'm getting slightly out of breath, is because I'm not spending a lot of energy. Which is what we want to happen when you're trying to run for a mile, right? Before we try to go fast, we try to make it so you can run the whole mile. Now, after you get this down, we can start covering some distance, right? We're just gonna go back and forth here. But the whole time, listening to that beat. You can run around your house. You can run outside of your house. Just stay relaxed and listen to that beat. Try to stay on the beat. Try to stay relaxed. To use as little energy as possible. That is the key. Using as little energy as possible. If you notice, when you take steps on beat, your steps are short. When you take steps on beat, you don't land on your heel. You land towards the front of your foot or the midfoot. That is what we're going to be working on to get to the point where little by little that happens naturally. And once we can do that for a while, then we're going to start using hip extension, which we discussed last week or in the last video, pushing back hard in order to fly longer between beats so we run faster. That is it for today. Get a metronome, practice running on beat. Have a great day.